Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video, I'm talking about Mercury in the sixth house in the Synastry overlay. So, if someone's Mercury is falling into your sixth house in Synastry, or vice versa. So, this is actually a really good place for Mercury to be. Mercury naturally ruling Virgo, which naturally rules the sixth house. This tends to be a good place for communication if there aren't super hard aspects going on in the synastry, which could show there's a very critical tone in the communication. But overall, the Mercury person in this overlay usually ends up helping the house person kind of sort out their life. So, depending on how disorganized they are, sometimes this overlay can be uncomfortable, but it's usually always very productive. And it's definitely showing that they communicate about serious matters. It can show that the sixth house person really gets a lot out of the Mercury person, like the Mercury person's way of thinking and communicating and just how their mind works actually helps the house person as far as their health, as far as their day-to-day work, and what they're dedicating their time to. It's like the Mercury person is shining this spotlight on, all of these sixth house areas, issues around their body, their mental health, their physical health, and, their day to day routines, what they're doing in their day to day life. And the house person is able to then take more constructive action in these areas. Now, they could feel, like I said, that the Mercury person is too critical of them. And that, the way that the Mercury person communicates is always like solution oriented. That's what it can seem like with this overlay. But if the Mercury person is coming from a really good hearted place, they really can actually end up, yeah, helping the house person a lot, get things in order, get things straightened out, and they can feel very of service to the house person, which can end up feeling really good. They can also work together well on like some sort of business project, or like the day-to-day work aspect is really strong here. So this overlay can show up in couples who actually work together, or at least they're always working on something, right? Like they're always doing something. It can be kind of a busy overlay as well, where we're kind of go 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 go, and there's always something to do, there's always something to work on, and that can kind of be the energy of this. But the mental clarity that can come from this, and it's not just going to the house person, the Mercury person is also getting a dose of this sixth house energy. So the sixth house person is also looking at the Mercury person's habits and their routines, and their diet, and what they're eating, what they're doing, and they're able to help them as well. So it's definitely going both ways, although the Mercury person tends to be the one offering more suggestions, but they both bring out in each other a very serious, dedicated energy. So if you're looking for someone to actually help your life in a practical way, you're going to want to look at second and sixth house overlays. As far as like the day to day, like the routines and like grounding in your life, these tend to be the most helpful. I mean, the other earth house, the 10th house as well, but that's more, an external thing. If you're wanting to deal with like the day to day internal things in your life, or like yeah, like your habits, or your house, or things like that. I mean, that could be fourth house, but you want to look for these kind of overlays. And they might not sound very fun, they might be kind of dreary, but you really do get more done when you have these kind of overlays. And people that have a strong emphasis of earth signs or Virgo are going to really like the way this feels. And, like I said, Mercury does really well in the sixth house. So it's an energy that's quite comfortable with being there. And it can really offer, while not maybe inspiration, it can help you gain clarity on how to be more effective in your life and really like improve your attention to detail and see where you're missing things, right? And you're both the Mercury person more, but you're both going to have that effect on each other of like being able to dissect what you're doing wrong, what habits aren't working, and then communicate that with your partner. So, this is the kind of couple, or if it's a business relationship, friendship, where you're able to actually communicate about what needs fixing and what is not working. And so, that can really go a long way for conflict resolution when you're able to talk about in detail exactly what you feel like is wrong. But the only thing here is that without more fun overlays or more lighthearted stuff, the relationship can feel heavy because it's serious. We're talking about serious things, we're dealing with serious things, and that might not be for everybody. But you have to look at the whole synastry because just Mercury in the sixth house works really well. But if the rest of it is showing a lot of Saturn or multiple sixth house placements, it just might not be the most fun relationship, but you're definitely gonna like get shit done. And there definitely is a connotation between like work. Like this could be something where you've met at work, or because of this relationship, you become better at your work, or you become more in service to your mission and your purpose in life. So, yeah, it can end up being very good. You can end up being a lot more healthy with someone's Mercury in your fifth house. Or sorry, in your sixth house. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it makes me think of my boyfriend has his Mercury in my sixth house, and for the first time in my life, since I've known him, I had health issues come up, and then now though I've actually been the most healthy I've ever been in my life, the most consistent in my workouts, and this isn't something that he does with me or anything, but it's just like so happens to be that, yeah, in this relationship, for the first time, I'm like actually the most dedicated in all of the day-to-day routines in my life. So I feel like it's thanks to his influence. So yeah, I'd love to know your experience of this overlay. If you've had it in Synastry, do you like it? Is it too serious? Or do you enjoy that type of helpfulness as far as your sixth house goes? Let me know in the comments, you guys, and thank you so much for watching. We'll talk soon. Bye.